Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. Firstly, I hope that the holidays were nice for you. We had a pretty nice time this year, so hopefully you guys had the same. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to use the drawing tools in Artflow. There are about 4 or 5 drawing tools in here that you can choose from to use when you are drawing, so I'll be showing you those today. So firstly, get to the layer that you want to use, and choose whatever brush you want. I'm just going to go with this default brush right here as it's pretty easy to use. And you're going to want to go right up to this funky symbol here. When you click at it, it brings you into this drawing tools section. I have already covered a lot of the shapes several times, so I'm going to be doing the guides today. We have 4 of them right here, like I said. We have line, oval, focal, and smooth. Let's start with line. So line is essentially a ruler right here. You can go just straight sideways or straight up and down, so vertically or horizontally, but it won't let you draw any other way. This can be super duper interesting for making patterns or just for getting things set out straight. You can drag these little circles though to make the angles different. Basically, it follows the angle that you set. And you can change the angle to be whatever you want it to be, really. You can go back into the tools section here and click onto something else, then go back onto line to have it set back to default. Going back into there, if you want to get rid of that tool and just get rid of all the tools completely, you'll just want to go back onto shapes and click stroke. This gets rid of any other options since it will only be the default brush option. The next one is oval. We can change this circle tool essentially by adjusting the dots on the outer line. One of them changes how outward it goes, and one of them changes how tall it is. So as you can see here, you can adjust the shape to be any sort of ovally thing you want. You can also rotate it with this little rotate icon here. So there are a bunch of options. Once you have a shape that you're comfortable with, then it will act as a ruler and you can very easily and smoothly make an oval shape. It can be any size as well, even below the line. It is worth noting that when you move your camera or canvas, this will also move. So it won't stay the same size and it won't stay in the same centered thing. Of course, the thickness of the circles depends all on the brush that you currently have on. And it's also worth noting that these 2 little lines here are also rulers. This actually works really funkily. It's kind of like a ruler from any direction, so you can do your obvious oval thing, or you can do these lines. It tends to keep the middle as a sort of focal point, so you can go in any direction and you can make a funky line. Obviously then, just like with the other tools, if you want to get rid of that, just go on to the stroke again. The next one is focal. This one is a bit difficult to explain, but essentially it is a ruler thing. It makes it so that all your angles are concentrated into where these lines are. So you can see all these lines have this specific angle going inwards. It'll make it so that all your lines essentially go inwards too on that angle. You do also have vertical and horizontal lines though, which you can do, but it is mostly used for these inward going lines. So I can imagine this can probably be used for a ton of effects in backgrounds and stuff, so I think it's probably pretty nice. And it's also worth noting that if you go into this little icon down around here in this corner, you can press this and it will bring you into this tiny menu. You have lock and pin, both of which essentially lock this in place so you cannot move it. Then we have the last one, which is smooth. I have covered this one several times before. This also has a menu to it where you can up the strength and change the mode it's on. Smooth is essentially just a stabilizer for your brush. So if you have it on, the only effect it has is stabilizing your lines. It's not a bad stabilizer, I actually quite like it. Overall, it works just fine as a stabilizing tool, but it's pretty not obvious what it is, so it can take a while for people to realize what it actually does. Which sucks in my opinion, because it would be so much simpler if it was just called a stabilizer. Then, of course, you can turn that one off the exact same way you can turn the other ones off, and that is all of them. So to recap, you have line, which essentially lets you go in straight lines like a ruler. You have oval, which has the same ruler effect, but you can also do whatever kind of oval shape you want. Focal, which has a ruler effect going inwards, and also the default ruler effects. And then smooth, which is just a stabilizer. Thank you very much for watching, I hope that you enjoyed, and if you did, maybe consider supporting. Bye!